Sean, we're live. It is Hypno News. It is live. It is Thursday. Is it still Thursday where you are?
It is Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific.
Perfect. Do you know what I like? I like the fact of now that we've changed the time to be something a little bit more reasonable. It's actually we're going live on the same day. So I know previously it was Friday morning when we did this rather than Thursday night. So that is good. How are things in sunny Canada?
Things in Canada are either cold or snowy or both. I guess it depends on roughly where you are. Unless you're on top of a couple of the mountains in Alberta, in which case then it's actually pretty reasonable. So,
cool. Yeah, well, it's good to be back. It's like playing around with this new format of Hypno News, so it should be interesting. So yeah, we've got some stuff going on. Talk a little bit about the update of the uptake for PHS. Yeah, it's the tickets for next year, 2026. If you go onto the website, you can pre-register your tickets for that. You can secure them now, which is good. But I'm excited to start planning now for 2026.
Well, 3 years, we've got lots of positive momentum. We've had amazing presenters. I can't say enough about the quality of the presentations, whether that is presenting, online or IRL in real life. And then for those people that do actually land in Vegas with us, we have activities, we have things planned. There's lots to do and see and interact with the group. And then of course, for everybody who's out of their time zone, there's lots of people going for breakfast or going for supper at different times.
Yes.
Tag along with a group. That's how you're gonna figure out who's who and who you can connect with.
It's weird. It's like there's always like things naturally happen, and it seems like naturally what's happened now is there's always the Catherine thing. There's always the show. There's always a breakfast. There now seems to be a jet lag meeting, which is those that have come internationally seem to meet at Denny's across the road at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I was trying not to mention that.
Yeah. It seems like quite an interesting kind of 3 o'clock in the morning jet lag meetup. So for the internationals, I think that's really good. So I think that's something that happened this year organically, but now has to become a thing, I think.
I think we have to blame Sir Richard for that one.
Yes,
Richard Cole instigated that, and everybody that came from the east side of North America or further away, like you said, across the pond, that was a great time to get up. That was their natural morning. So
yeah, absolutely. And like you said, it's a great place to meet people outside of the conference where you can really kind of form those connections as well. I know a few people are asking about whether the videos are available to purchase, to download, like we've done for the past couple of years. They should be done by the middle of next week. We'll make a big announcement about that. I'm just kind of tidying them up a little bit and just making them look a little bit presentable. And my computer doesn't want to do that quickly. It wants to do it slowly. So that'll be good fun.
They tend to be methodical about that sort of thing.
I'll tell you what though, Sean, this year, the quality on both the audio and the video and the presentations is absolutely incredible. It is really spot on.
Yeah. And again, those are improvements that we're making over time. If you do have feedback, if you attended the conference either online or in person, and you haven't been able to put your 2 cents in, or there's something that you think, hey, this would be really cool let us know. Because we take all of that into account. We went through some feedback that we had gathered during, informally during the conference this last week, and a lot of it was positive. A couple things, we kind of nodded our head and said, yeah, we got to fix that for next year. And the next year 4 is going to be even more.
It's really interesting to do that. For those of you that did purchase the online version and in-person tickets as well, If you go to the Zoom event, you'll be able to catch the replays on there. Just use the email address that you use to register for your tickets. That's for the online and the in-person. And so the replays are up there for another couple of weeks, I think, to give those people that were there chance to catch up and everything that was going on there. So that's, go to the Zoom event, log in using your email, and you've got full access to all the replays and everything on there as well.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, a great place to kind of catch up on a lot of the news, all the stuff that's going on, is the Performing Hypnosis Facebook group, which is a phenomenal group. It has to be said. I think we're just under 4,000 members now. That's 4,000 people that have an interest in performing hypnosis. So as well as that being a resource for stuff to do with the Performing Hypnosis Summit, it's also a great resource for, again, there was Justin James was posting in there about fundraiser shows. Olga was posting in there inquiring about kind of what people were doing for music in the run up to shows and stuff. So it's a good resource where people can kind of share ideas and get information and stuff as well. It is 99% positive, which for a group of that size is unheard of. So there's not a lot of policing goes on in there at the moment. I'm sure that may change as we go forward. You know, structure is needed, but at the moment it seems to be self-regulating, which is, again, in this world, is absolutely fantastic. It shows how professional a lot of those performers are.
Awesome. TQ says, hi, everyone.
TQ, how are you? I just saw your message on YouTube earlier. TQ obviously was a friend of myself and Jim's online on Amazon. TQ, it was a shock. It knocked us all for 6 as well. So hopefully you and the animals are all well as well, TQ. Yeah. So coming up conference-wise, I think the next conference is the Heartland. This is one of my favorites. A great intimate independent conference in St. Louis. A great mix of suppliers, a great mix of speakers, and lots of different tracks. So you've got a stage track, you've got a business track, you've got a hypnotherapy track, an NLP track, and you've also got like a metaphysical as well. So if you're into the spiritual side of stuff, Heartland has got you covered. William Mitchell, who runs this, runs a great conference, and it's at the Ellinwood Hotel in St. Louis. I love this place. There's like a lake out back that's just filled with turtles. So if you want to kind of decompress after listening to some of the talks, you can just go out onto the little balcony they've got out there and just watch the turtles swimming around, and it's quite a nice feeling. It makes you feel at one with nature.
Interesting. I wouldn't have expected turtles.
Yes. Although there was a dead fish there last year that did kind of stink a little bit, but that wasn't the conference organisers couldn't do anything about that. But yeah, loads of turtles just floating around. Yes, yes, TQ, absolutely. I'm sure he is looking down and smiling at some of the drama that unfolded since he moved on. He would have loved that. And Jim was also involved in the Pacific Northwest Conference, which is coming up in June. This is now run by Anthony Gitch. Another great independent conference in the Pacific Northwest, which was Jim's home territory. This looks like it's going to be a great one as well. So, and it'd be really nice, I know, or we know especially, when it comes to organising these things, when something like what happened, it does kind of really kind of shake things up a little bit. So I'm sure Anthony would appreciate everybody getting fully behind this conference and really kind of, even if you can't attend, make sure you share and tag people within the kind of Pacific Northwest area and really kind of give it the best that it could be. This is a great conference as well.
Yeah, and I think the last Facebook post that I saw from PNW was that they were very close to finalizing their speakers, and then they will be making that big announcement. So probably next week we'll have a list of speakers for that we can take a look at. And again, you know, it's one thing to look at it and think about it, then kind of file it away. It's quite another to get out there and get after it and share and promote and say, hey, you know what? Even though I'm not going, this is a great place. You might learn something really cool here, and there's really good people to hang out with, and it doesn't matter what the conference is, PNW, Heartland, MIHC. I had to think about that because Dan changed the name on us. PHS, all of those conferences, those regional conferences, that's the place where you can actually take some time and get to know the people that you see at maybe Hypno Thoughts and some of these larger conferences where it's go go go, it's busy 600 other people there, and it's kind of tough to pull somebody aside for half an hour and say, hey, talk to me about X, Y, and Z. You can do that. Sorry for you Americans, X, Y, and Z. You get to do that in a conference like this, where you have where you have where you actually have maybe 120, 150 people. It's a lot smaller. People can interact, and at 3 o'clock in the morning you can still go for breakfast.
Yeah, I think a good way to look at it is like HTL, great conference, very busy, and you get to see a wide selection of people. But then you can go to one of these smaller conferences, a more intimate, independent conference, and you get to really spend time with those speakers as well. So one's like a big shopping mall where you've got a great selection and a great variety, and the others are like kind of like a more boutique shop where you can really get to know them. So they're very different, but both absolutely fantastic. And Hypno Thoughts this year looks like it's going to be incredible, as does PNW. So yeah, really, it's nice to see specialist conferences popping up in different areas for different things as well. So I know again, coming up in April, I didn't actually put it in, I should have done, is the Irish Hypnotherapy Conference. That's another fairly new conference, but again, really popular, some great speakers on there as well. So I'm really looking forward to kind of getting involved in that. I'm going to do something a little bit different with the Irish conference. I'm not speaking, but I think I'm going to be going over there just as a delegate, just because I want to kind of sit back and enjoy the experience, and not have the responsibility of having to speak or teach or do anything like that. And so I'm looking forward to that, so I can kind of drop in, do my thing, and then kind of flip out, if you know what I mean, because Ireland is a lovely place as well to spend a bit of time. So I'm really looking forward to that. Hey, Amanda, hopefully you are well. Good to have you here. It might be interesting to get Anthony on maybe next week when he's got his announcement, to kind of list those speakers. So that might be a good guest idea for the show.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So I might reach out to him, see how he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just put Hypno Thoughts up here as well. Obviously, it'd be remiss not to give them a plug. That's in July the 18th to the 20th in Las Vegas. Great conference, and some great speakers there as well. I will pop this up as well. I say as well too many times. When you go through like old videos, I've been doing lots of video editing, and when I go through my own old videos, I say as well too many times. So I'm trying not to do that. It's a bad habit. But yes, this is what I wanted to bring up. This is Joe Hussey. I don't know if I said his name right. He was at PHS, a great guy. He's got 2 shows coming up in March. Now, I don't know these areas, so I'm going to say them, and then you might know where they are, and then you can correct me on that. March the 15th is Gober's Deco Lounge in Exeter, PA.
Okay.
I don't know where PA is.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, could be. And then on March the 29th, Layton, American Region in Layton, PA.
Yeah, that sounds like Pennsylvania. And Amanda's closer to there than I am. Brilliant. I'm pretty sure PA is Pennsylvania.
So if you're in Pennsylvania, or you know any friends in Pennsylvania, here's the thing. By helping promote that show, it means he's going to get bums on seats and sell tickets. It also means it helps promote hypnosis and stage hypnosis and hypnotherapy within that area as well. So even if you can't make it, it makes sense to kind of give that a bit of a promotion. Amanda says, sure am. Awesome. There we go. And so again, if you know someone that's doing a show in any area, then do let us know. We'll give it a plug. Each week, we're going to kind of bring you a different show, a different hypnotist, especially for those public shows, because bums on seats means that hypnosis gets more popular and more people know about it. And it also means if you send some of your friends to that show, you know, that the universe is going to reward you. But then the hypnotists themselves might say, if you're looking for hypnotherapy, then go and see that person. So it's sharing the love around. So yes, that's Joe Husett, 2 shows, March the 15th and the 29th in PA, Pennsylvania, wherever we decided it was.
So somewhere south of the border for me.
Somewhere in that there America.
Yeah.
I should get. I've got loads of different sound effects here. I'm going to try and get a yeehaw American one. Just
I'm not sure if they play that for a certain leader of the United States or.
I think
emotional damage.
Well, we play that one in Canada for our Prime Minister.
Yeah, there we go. I've got buttons here to play around with. One thing I will say is Jim's book is still available on that there Amazon. It is a fantastic book. It's been great to see the sales of this kind of doing really well. And so I don't know if it supports this family, but I don't think it does any harm. So if you've not already purchased Jim's book, then it is available. This is the hardcover version. It is available in paperback as well.
Where's my softcover version? It's in my books because I read it and I brought one copy to PHS with me, but the signed copy I left here. So anyway, I'll have that ready for next week. The one thing I will say about this book is it's one of those books that is easily giftable.
Yes. I must admit, my gift book used to be The Magic of Thinking Big. Always used to be one that I used to send to people, but this is my new gift book. That's a great call.
Yeah, and I know Jim had mentioned at one time that there were groups and businesses looking at taking it and doing book studies with it. So if you've read it and you like it, you'll know. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
It's really it's not your typical self-help book that I've said this I don't know how many times now, but it's not your typical self-help book that will pat you on the back and say, "Oh, you've got a problem. That's okay." Yeah. It's the self-help book that says, "Oh, you've got a problem. Here's the solution. Boot. Now get out there and do it."
I don't know if this would be classed as racist or not. I don't know, but the way I would describe it is it's a self-help book that's not very American. Now, a lot of self-help books are very American in how they come across, and Brits sometimes struggle with that. This one's not all like, pow, make big steps. This is like practical solutions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a real good book. Amanda says, great book. Spouse and I read it out loud together. Sure do miss him. Yeah, absolutely. It got posted in the Performing Hypnosis group, but Sean, I will just say, let me find the applause. Did a fantastic job of editing the video of Jim's service, and I think Brian posted that in the group earlier. So well done, Sean, for that. Yeah, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, a little snip here, a little fade in, fade out, the dissolve.
Fantastic. That's it for me for this week, unless you've got something else for them, Sean.
Nope. In terms of things that are up and coming, there's always stuff. We're looking forward to spring and actually somewhat warmer weather.
Yes.
Even before that. I know March we've got the time change again, so Grant, you'll have to reset your clock and
we'll figure that out. There'll be about 2 or 3 weeks where I have no idea what day it is, which most people would probably say there's no difference to there anyway.
Yeah, there you have it. But yeah, it's keep moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, we need an outro phrase. We'll find one and we'll put it out to the group. And guys, obviously, if you have any news or anything coming up that you think will be of interest to anyone and everyone, then please do get in touch with us. Send us your news, your shows, anything you want to do, and we'll get that out there for you. And most importantly, please do give this a share to your network, because every little helps, really. So guys, take care. From me, from Sean.
Have a good night, everybody. See you next week.
See you next week.